Hello everyone, Anupama here from ACE Update magazine. I'm here at the LED Expo here at Mumbai. So organized by Messe Frankfurt. So this is one of the premier exhibition expos for LED lighting and lighting solutions. I have with me Mr. Winston Pereira, who's the executive director here. So welcome to our show.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming and welcome to LED Expo once again. And
Thank you so much. So my first question to you is, what is the actual driving factor or the key motivation behind having this expo?
so we have been doing LED Expo for the last decade, and also if you look at LED Expo, the first edition was done way back in 2008. Yeah, but adoption of LED per se came, I think, into India way back in 2014. If you visited the show 10 years ago, it was predominantly very component driven. I would say the back-end integration of LED. Today, we have seen in the last decade, slowly a lot of our exhibitors are not just doing components, but also doing finished lighting. The USP of this show, and something totally different what we have seen, is a lot of these exhibitors are now having decorative lighting, having a lot of architectural lighting, and it's not just a driver-driven show or a LED module show, or what we say just LED strip show, correct? So this is something which has been driving us for the last decade or so, to try and see how we can get more architectural lighting and decorative lighting into this show, so that we can also attract a different segment of buyers into the show. Earlier, LED has always been attracting dealers, distributors, a bit of OEMs. For some reason or the other, the interior designers, like the architect community, was always on the back foot. But today, if you see this edition and the last 3-4 editions, we are doing pretty well on that front.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So, like you mentioned about architectural solutions, so what is that one message that you would want to give for architects and construction, people from the construction industry regarding the expo?
So if you see today, our chief guest was the president of MCHI Credai, which is Mr. Dominic Rommel. And he was totally impressed with the show because, like I said, the show has been in existence for the last 22 editions. And the notion that people had was just a component-driven show. I would like to tell the architects and interior designer company, please come to the show. It's not just component-driven. You will find end-to-end solutions. You will find lighting solutions with latest tech. You have a lot of smart home solutions also today. Some of our exhibitors are displaying, and these are all value additions which can enhance their projects. And this is something which I think the interior design and architect company should know. We are working very closely with some of them. We have the Lighting Designers Association, which we're working with. We have been for the last 3 editions working also with women in lighting. And we have seen, like also this morning, a fantastic CXO panel talking about design, lighting, and how to integrate the same into the architectural space.
Great, very interesting. So as we see today, we see more Indian players here at the expo than the international players. So how do you look at this transition, and what is the message it's all about?
Yeah. So when you look at LED, if I look at pre-COVID, LED was predominantly, we had a lot of international players from China and Taiwan. Reasons best known, that Chinese companies are not really getting their visas to come and exhibit in Indian shows. But surely, I feel that in the next couple of months, things have improved. And we would see a good influx of good Chinese companies. Also, back in the good old days, we used to have around another 100-150 Chinese companies exhibiting at this show. Not just the Mumbai edition, but also the Delhi edition. Yeah. So since LED is very predominantly Chinese Taiwan, I am pretty hopeful that at least by my Delhi edition, I would get a good representation. Yeah.
Okay, great. So as we talk about LED, and how do you look at the adoption of LED in the Indian market today? Like, how has it gone up?
So we have a show called Light India, and I still remember in 2014, that was the tipping point for LED, because CFL had just come into the market for the last few years, and LED in 2015, 2016, you will get LED at what price? Little over 250, 300 rupees. Today, LED has really become a commodity. I mean, it's less than even 100 rupees. I see adoption big scale thanks to some of the government initiatives which have really boosted the sale of LED, not just in tier 1 cities but also tier 2, tier 3 cities. Today, adoption of LED, I would say people have become a little more sensitive to energy conservation. So I think a lot of LED technology which is also coming into the market is talking about energy efficiency. And now again with BIS pushing down mandates which are so important. I think it's also important for consumers to realize that when we talk about LED, it's not just talking about a 15 watt or you're talking about a 20 watt. You need to deep dive slightly because even a 15 watt LED can have 2 different lumens, you know, and if you don't understand what's happening in the back end, energy efficiency mandates, will not really reach its peak. Yeah.
What's when you speak about the visitors, what kind of or what composition of visitors? Like, who do you think should visit the show? Or
I think lighting transcends all boundaries. So I think if I look at our show, predominantly it was very dealer distributor based. If I look at Mumbai per se, we have a lot of our visitors coming in from Maharashtra, from Gujarat, a lot from the south. And that's the reason then we go to Delhi and we have a different set of visitors coming from north and I would say central India. What's interesting also today we see in both the regions, it's not just tier 1 visitors coming in, it's also tier 2 and tier 3 cities coming in. And apart from dealer distributors, I'm looking at a lot of OEMs because a lot of OEMs do white labeling. So you have a lot of OEMs on the show floor. Yes, designers, architects is another segment which we are trying to grow within our show. And institutional buying happening. We have always had representation from government institutions, especially railways, to our Delhi show. So yes, like I said, since LED requirements transcend different sectors, I think it would be very difficult to say which particular sector. I mean, institutional buying, be it hospitals or be it even for roads, you know. So we have every exhibitor has different options which can offer, you know, the buyer.
so, I think we've summed it up. But is there what is more special about this edition? Is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I think every edition is special for us, but one thing new about this edition is for the first time we have inaugurated the new hall in NESCO. It's the first time in NESCO we are in a pillarless hall. So that's, I think, we got good kudos from all our exhibitors. But in the edition, I think with each edition we are upping our game. As organizers, we are not in the business of selling just square meters. We are in the business of bringing the industry together, getting the right stakeholders together, and most importantly, ensuring that all our exhibitors who have put their faith in us have a very good ROI in 3 days. Yeah.
Congratulations to you on that inauguration. Yeah, it was great interacting with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.